right, good morning and welcome. It's Corporate Governance Platform that's brought to you by the Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators of Nigeria, ICSAN. I am Funmi Omoburiwo. Quick reminder that ICSAN is a leading recognized professional body in Nigeria that's dedicated to enhancing the status and practice of corporate governance and public administration. ICSAN is the only professional body authorized in Nigeria to conduct examinations leading to the qualification of chartered secretaries and administrators. On the program this morning, we want to look at the role of institutional shareholders in entrenching good corporate governance. And our guest this morning is Mr. BABASEGUN ADEWUNMI, FCIS, Member, Law Reform Committee, ICSAN. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Funmi. Good morning, listeners.
All right. Thank you for joining us on the program. Happy New Year to you.
Same here.
All right. Also here is Mr. Kaode Ketefe, FCIS, Head of Research, ICSAN. Good morning, Mr. Ketefe.
Good morning, Funmi. Good morning to you, our guest, Mr. BABASEGUN ADEWUNMI, FCIS, and good morning to you, all our listeners.
All right. Well, let's take this message. We'll be right back.
The world is constantly evolving into a knowledge-based economy where skills and competencies constitute the lifeblood of public and corporate governance. You therefore need to empower yourself to fit into this new world by gaining basic knowledge and improving your skill set in the governance-focused disciplines. That is why every aspiring as well as practicing professional in governance field needs ICSAN.
ICSAN. What is ICSAN?
ICSAN is a leading statutorily established professional body dedicated to enhancing the status and practice of corporate governance and public administration. ICSAN members are trained as chartered secretaries and administrators.
Who are chartered secretaries and administrators?
Chartered secretaries are high-ranking governance professionals with a broad base of skills, unique amongst other professions. They are trained in law, finance, accounting, administration, strategy development, and corporate governance. In today's world, chartered secretaries and administrators discharge a wide range of duties and responsibilities, including functioning as chairmen of companies, executive directors, non-executive directors, company secretaries, risk managers, compliance managers, board evaluators, and corporate governance evaluators.
That is interesting. How then do I become a chartered secretary and administrator?
Good. Go to the Institute's website, www.icsan.org. You can also visit the National Secretariat of ICSAN at Plot 6, Elephant Cement Way, Alausa, Ikeja, Lagos, to get full information on how to become members. ICSAN, the hub of governance professionals.
All right, ICSAN, definitely the hub of governance professionals. As I said earlier, we're looking at the role of institutional shareholders in entrenching good corporate governance. All right, Mr. ADEWUNMI, let's begin this way. Who are the entities that are being referred to as institutional shareholders?
Institutional shareholders are legal entities that trade in the financial market. They also invest in stocks, real estate, and other collective invested assets. Example of institutional shareholders includes pension funds, mutual funds, even endowment funds, even insurance companies. So they are living examples of institutional shareholders. So they pool funds, they make funds available, and they invest with a view to making profitability.
All right, pulling funds, making funds available. What other roles do they play?
Okay, part of the additional role institutional shareholders play because they also have a duty to ensure that the company is effectively run. They monitor performance of the organization, and of course, they also use their equity interest in also ensuring that corporate governance processes are in place in organizations so that organization will be able to run efficiently and in a manner that is in line with corporate governance principles and codes.
All right, so now what are the relevance of these roles in corporate governance parlance?
Yes, the relevance basically is to ensure that companies are effectively run and they ensure that the achievement of the overall objective of the company is achieved. It is important as an organization to ensure, in fact, part of the fundamental interest of the shareholders is to ensure that the company is able to run in accordance with corporate governance codes so that things follow the due processes that are required by law and by corporate governance principles.
Great. Now, let's look at accruable benefits in effective shareholders' engagement by the board.
Yes. It is often said that effective engagement of stakeholders can make or mar an organization. So it depends on the plans that has been put in place. There are numerous benefits that effective stakeholders engagement provides for the organization. One of which is, of course, it also helps the organization to build trust amongst the board members as well as the shareholder. So it also helps in the education of shareholders and board members because they cross-fertilize ideas and, of course, new insights are brought into a lot of things and they better appreciate and understand themselves. It also helps in the area of risk management because in the course of engagement, some issues, potential risks to the organization may be thrown up. And when such are thrown up, it provides an opportunity for both the board members as well as the shareholders to also look at it. So that also helps the growth of the organization. It helps the growth of the organization.
All right, great. What's the importance of a general meeting as a platform for shareholders' engagement?
General meeting is a veritable platform for effective stakeholders' engagement. The provision of a general meeting is provided under Part C, Article 21 of the Code of Corporate Governance 2018. And it provides specifically that effective stakeholders' engagement helps both the shareholder and the board to have an effective understanding of themselves. And as a result, it also gives the shareholder the opportunity to also enforce their voting powers in when decisions are taken. And there are recommended resolution with a view to ensuring effective general meeting is conducted. One of which is the fact that the board must ensure that general meetings are conducted in a free manner that will allow the shareholders to express their mind unhindered without any issues. The board must also ensure that through the company secretary, the adequate notices are also given, at least 21 days. 21 days notice is also given to shareholders to be able to attend meetings. Even at such meeting, they should be allowed to express themselves without any form of abuse with regards to them being shareholder. Another part of the importance of general meeting is that issues that are not related should not be discussed. They should focus based on what has been presented on the agenda. They should give every shareholder the opportunity to express themselves, and of course there should be no form of abuse. So the general meeting provides this veritable source for the effective engagement between the shareholders and the board.
All right, great. There's a recommendation of the code that establishment of a system of constant dialogue with shareholders. So let's look at the constant dialogue. How do you think it can impact positively on the company?
Yes, the issue of relationship with shareholders is provided under Article 22 of the Code of Corporate Governance. And the basis of effective engagement actually enhances the free flow of discussion between the board members as well as the shareholder. Part of the requirement, the recommended requirement of the corporate governance with regards to issues relating to engagement is the fact that the board must ensure they communicate effectively, and these shareholders' engagement should also be hosted on the company's website. It's part of the requirement of the law to ensure that adequate provision are made by the rules of the organization to ensure that there is effective communication between the shareholders and the board. All this should be displayed, should be hosted on the company's website. And whenever there are issues, they should give the shareholders the opportunity to express themselves so that it is all aimed at finding a lasting solution to whatever challenges the organization is facing.
All right, great. And finally, would you say that the institutional shareholders are as influential in Nigeria as their counterparts in advanced climes like the United Kingdom and the United States?
Obviously, Nigeria institutional shareholders are very influential, and it's interesting to note that some of them have also the boardroom experts. So they bring a lot of their wealth of experience into ensuring that a company is administered in a manner that is in line with the Code of Corporate Governance. And in order to also ensure that company is run efficiently and in a more enduring manner so that the shareholders will be able to reap their benefits and achieve profit maximization.
All right, thank you, Mr. ADEWUNMI. Mr. Ketefe, this question is for you. Does ICSAN have any guideline materials on rules of institutional shareholders?
Thank you very much, Fumi, for this question. The answer, of course, is yes. The rules of the institutional shareholders is a topic that is well covered in our study tests for those studying for our professional programs. Apart from this, we also encounter the topic in detail in many of our guidance materials, which the Institute issues from time to time. And these materials are meant to be used by both the students and the professionals. Furthermore, the role of institutional shareholders is one of the topics that is scheduled to be treated in our company's secretary handbook, which the Institute publishes every year. This handbook is a resource that is dedicated to practicing professionals. Last but not the least, our training department also comes up regularly with topics on this and similar issues. And those who participate in the training, they are given up-to-date knowledge on this matter. So, by and large, you will realize that the Institute has a very rich machinery that equips the student, the professionals, as well as others with enough knowledge on this topic and similar ones, especially on all topics in corporate governance.
All right, thank you. Do we have any announcements?
Thank you very much. There are two announcements. The first announcement is on ICSAN Train the Trainers event. This is to inform ICSAN members, other governance professionals, and members of the public generally that the much-awaited ICSAN Train the Trainers certification program is scheduled to hold on Thursday, January 26, 2023. This program aims at training professionals on governance matters to prepare them for training others on skill and knowledge acquisition in corporate governance. The time is 10 a.m. The accomplished governance professionals that have been earmarked as facilitators for this program are Dr. Adeyinka Hassan, FCIS, and Mrs. Brahima Anastasia, FCIS. The participation fee is 20,000 naira for members and 25,000 naira for non-members. Certificates will be issued to all participants. For more information on this, please call OGG on 080-2378-3043. OGG on 080-2378-3043. The other announcement is on the June 2023 ICSAN Professional Examination. This is to inform the existing and prospective students of ICSAN that the registration for June 2023 ICSAN Professional Examination has started. This is an opportunity for you to begin your journey to become a charter secretary and administrator as well as a governance professional. For more information on ICSAN examination, please call Yinka on 080-9066-0169. Yinka on 080-9066-0169. Thank you very much and have a pleasant day.
All right, thank you, Mr. Kadi Ketefe, FCIS, Head of Research, ICSAN. In like manner, we thank our guest, Mr. Babasegun ADEWUNMI, FCIS member, Law Reform Committee, ICSAN. Thank you for being here this morning.
It's a pleasure for me. Thank you so much.
All right, and that's how we wrap it up this morning on this week's edition of Corporate Governance Platform. That's brought to you by the Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators of Nigeria, ICSAN. We'll return again next week, Wednesday, 10:15 a.m., right here on Equator 9.7 FM. I'm Funmi Omoburiu. Enjoy the rest of the day.
The world is constantly evolving into a knowledge-based economy where skills